God bless everyone. We'll be posting this live after this. My phone is charging. And I appreciate you all for being here. So, we're going to talk about you go to church every Sunday. So what? If you are really interested in God, you would go and you'd be devoted every single day. You wouldn't just go one day of the week. Because feeling God is the best thing. And why would that not be at the highest of our society? So, a lot of people read something, or they go to church once a week. Meant to say CCDC2, or yeah, CCDC. I'm not sure exactly what the name is. But if you're really devoted to God, bless me, you wouldn't go to a place once a week. You would go there all the time. Hello, Tommy Thunder. Thank you for being here. Thank you. We just started this live for everyone coming in. And when you go to church with this community, you're supposed to be a community outside of there. I've never hear anyone even mention church outside of church. Not my whole entire life. Then there's people that online that maybe read the Bible or some scripture, and they always refer to that. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome, Tommy Thunder. God bless you too. It's real hot right now. Real hot up here. And I didn't expect to go tonight, but here we are. We were live this morning. And since God is the greatest feeling, to break this down, it's the feeling that keeps you alive. It's the feeling inside of you. And essentially, you don't have to go nowhere. Because nothing is greater than feeling what keeps you alive. Okay? So, we have to feel this. And if our highest aim is God, then we should be completely devoted to it and not just going to church on once a day or once a week. Because that is the main source of society. That is what you really want. And again, aside from that, I never see people outside of there ever talk about church. And if you're really devoted to something, you go there all the time. People, they, you know, sometimes they act like they know everything. And they act like they're better than you. But are they really? And people will use this one day that they go to church, they will use it as if they know everything, and that makes them the holy, the holiest person. Yeah. What's going on, Rodrigo? If you guys have any questions, want to talk about anything? Yeah. I actually thought I had a tick on, yeah, basically my penis. Because a couple days ago, and I haven't been like looking down there. I had like a small bump, and I was in the woods, so it's definitely understandable, and there are ticks up there. And the tick, like, I had a bump. It was a small bump, and it was like right on it, like on the shaft. And I was like, it's just the ingrown hair. But a couple days later, I I rubbed my pants up against it, and I was like, oh, okay. I felt it. It was more abrasive, and it was a bigger bump. Like it was a bigger bump now. So I was like, okay, this might be a tick, because I did see like some black thing, but it was not like the usual tick. Like it's like sticking out. This just happened like a couple days ago, and I got the tweezers, and yeah, I tried like picking it out, but it was just like an ingrown hair. You got stung by a bee while you're peeing. Hello, Matt the Visionary. I'm so glad to be here with all you guys. The one handed prayer. And I don't think ticks are that bad at all. I, yeah, ticks are not as bad as they say they are. Like, not at all. And also, they fall off because I researched. They fall off after a couple days, and as soon as they get as much as blood they can handle, they just naturally fall off. Yeah, but I guess it's best to pull them off, as soon as possible. Yeah. That's crazy to be stung on the tip. Yeah, I've only been stung by a bee a couple times, and I'm glad you've seen those on your daughters or your daughter. Yeah. I last last summer, last time it was warm, I had my sandals on, and they're very open. And like I stepped on something sharp, and like I kept walking, but I actually stepped on a bee, and it was underneath my foot. Yeah, it was underneath my foot. And it like kept stinging me, or I kept impaling the bee stinger. It was right on the bottom of, like, literally underneath, between my foot in my sandal. It was, and I was like right next to the creek, and like I couldn't pull it out because he was like jammed in there too. Yeah. And and funny enough, this one guy on YouTube who I ran into weeks before that, he was making posts that he's doing like bee therapy. If you ever heard of that. Uh, I don't even remember what foot it was, to be honest. I think it was my left one. Yeah. But I would, yeah. But going to church once a day a week, some people think that makes it supreme. Even in the Bible, it said, be hot or cold, but don't be lukewarm for my love. So searching for the Almighty God is the best feeling in the world. So some people are, you know, on their high horse, pretending to be a high priestess. And why would you only go for one day a week? Okay. If you if you held God to the highest, like what would be higher than God? Such as going to church. Nothing. But then why is there only one day a week for you to go? And most people don't even go every week. So they're not really devoted. Yeah. Yeah, how many times have you been in church, Tommy? And I have a feeling people are gonna come when I'm about to end this live, because there's something about this time that I've been live at this time many of times before, but a lot of people don't come in at this time. But we were live in the morning, and we will be live tomorrow in the morning. So that's all that matters. And that we're live right now. So there are still levels too. Yeah. I've personally never even been in church. My mom, I think she has, but she did not put me through that. Though my mom does believe in Jesus Christ. So, but again, if you know, the people that go to church, I want to reiterate this point. I've never heard of anybody talk about church outside of it. Like the principles, uh, anything about it. Like, just no one. I mean, I literally mean this. Which it's kind of weird. Just, does that make sense? I mean, how do you know how many churches are around me and all around me? You would think, I mean, there's churches all over the place. I have had people come up to me very solemnly, and I guess they were interesting people. Pretty nice, too. They, some of them, it's only been a few times. They have invited me to go to church, a special one. But for all the people that do go to church, I never hear them talking about it. And I never see anybody praying outside of church. Yeah. If I keep working and receiving, I'm a recovering Catholic. You got stung on the bottom of your foot? Yeah. I'm just saying I know people that go to church or I've seen them. Like you would think like when I was in high school, grade school, and like I had a best friend that went to like CCDC and he would go there all the time. But none of these people ever talked about it. Like no one. Yeah. Which is I don't know. You know you think people would be like out talking about it. You know what I mean? It's like the football game. Everyone talks about the football game. They're repping like, the Steeler or whatever football team. And but I don't see anyone like talking about the church. Hello, MK. Rodrigo, are you still in here? Yeah, CCD. CCD, yeah. I, my friend would always like have to go to that, but like he never like talked about it though. Yeah. No one ever talked about that's what I'm saying though. Like no one has ever like I can't even someone couldn't even really get me interested in it even though all these people are going to church. I mean, and the few people that I did mention that came up to me were way later in my life, you know, and very random, we could say. But what are your thoughts on universal duality? I'm not sure what you mean, Saintly. Yeah, I mean, it definitely gave me some type of rush. And there is a thing called bee therapy. It's kind of like acupuncture. Yeah. And in a way, it actually felt good being stung. I could still walk. But yeah, it was very intense. Yeah. And yeah, we'll just say that. Well, CCD was kind of like a summer thing. Hello, Nick Favre. I appreciate you. Yeah. Yeah. Well, eventually down the line, I will be doing, I will have a community of a real place we can go to, there'll be multiple ones. You know, you can call it many things, but it would just be like a community where we source all our food and generate our own money, where people can just relax and we can focus on doing stuff for the world. Yeah. I appreciate every one of you guys. All the money that I ever get will be going towards this community. You can think of it like an ashram, a hostel, an off-grid community, and it's just going to be a very simple, relaxed way of living. Yeah. Right now we have the online community, and I'm holding my phone because the charger is on the bottom. Hello, Lucas. You're I don't know what CCD is. It's like summer. It's like a summer camp, but it's only like a couple days, and sometimes they go on little trips. But it's for like younger kids that go to church, but it's kind of like an extra Boy Scout type of thing. Yeah, I never went to Boy Scouts either. So, if God is the highest point of our society, then everyone should be talking about it. And really, to know God is through an inner peace. You do this through a still mind. And God is always talking to you. Simultaneously, day and night. Because He is life. He is the space. And this space, why we can't know it intellectually, although knowing the knowledge can put you on the path, but to really know God, you want to experience Him. This is beyond a mere belief. And this comes from a stillness. So when we stop thinking, we merge with existence. God is thoughtless. So to abide in Him and experiencing him, you have to feel him. And this is from the thoughtless state. You merge with it. So when you become thoughtless, all the space out here, it's thoughtless. Okay? So that's what reality really is. And the problem is, you can't think and feel your divine presence at the same time. Yeah. MK will be in the garden. We will be live tomorrow morning. It will be really turned up. That's when everybody comes in. And they, yeah. Because I can't go on early in the morning and late at night. The times would be too close. Yeah. So, just to make that clear, even though we have the ability to think about God, we actually want to feel him. And he is just a liveliness in our body. It is an energy that you can't see. So we have to turn the focus inward. This should be at the beginning of the Bible. Look inward. That should be like the first big bold thing. Because this is where our life is. Where are we looking from? Where are we thinking? We have all this amusement park. The world's just one big amusement park. We have all these games, illusions. But the realest thing is to feel your soul. Yeah. It is the best feeling in the world. And it can't be communicated. No words will get you there. The choirs, words, hymns, mantras, the whole point of this is to put you in a trance to where you stop thinking and you feel this. Yeah. I'm not sure about like all the religions. Yeah. And what they do and what goes on. So everything we experience, we see, hear, it's all coming from right inside of us. And this aliveliness, it is the reality. if you ever look at an animal, actually go out and study an animal. But just stare at it. If you get a good picture online, you can do the same. They are always in spirit. And you can see this. Simply, they aren't thinking. But you can recognize your true divinity by looking at the animal. Because it has that stillness. And it's merged with life. Yeah. It's why people like animals so much. Yeah. So when people have an ego, which most people are judgmental, it creates kind of like a dark field, and it's not a pleasant energy. I have to fix this. So you're not you might see an ego if you might see, you're not going to see the divine right up front. So if you can really look at an animal, if you get the chance to, and I recommend doing this, just see. You'll see that dog, it's just there. It's like an owl. Anything in our reality is full of life and can be used to see our divine. Okay? In this world with this amusement park, bright lights, so much stuff in the stores, all the news, all the stimulations, that's just on the outside. And again, we're coming back to the inside. And some people think God is up there in the clouds, and he strikes down on you and causes all this terror in the world. What's going to happen is going to happen. But regardless, it's all around us. This is the life. There's other stuff about the Bible too, and going to church. People are misrepresenting it. Some of the stuff is almost contradicting. And people are not understanding it. Thank you, MK. Yeah, it ain't no BS. Everybody in here is destined for greatness. They're sick of the BS. Or want it out. Put this down. So, all the words, when it comes down to it, again, confusing people. But they all mean the same thing. We're talking about something that doesn't have a word. There are no words. It is a feeling. So when someone describes excitement, well, how would you describe it? And even though you describe it, I have to feel something, a frequency. I can keep telling you, someone can tell you what it's like to be sad. Okay. But if you've never been sad, you would never know. Doesn't matter how much someone tells you, even the saddest person in the world. But you would feel the person. Because it's all relatively, it's all relativity, or what is the word? Rel- Relativity. It's all feeling. We feel one another. Music and words, they're trying to bring you closer to how the person feels. But it's not the actual feeling. Therefore, it's just the feeling. And nothing is better than chasing enlightenment or trying to feel God, which is life. Also, silence. Because we merge with the silence. You can actually still, an enlightened person can still talk and feel the presence of divine. I don't have to be like sitting there with my legs crossed and fingers in a certain way. I don't have to be in a Himalayan cave or a monk. I don't have to be in a church because it's our divine right. in the feeling inside of us. We got a little bit more to go. And when the mind becomes silent, then you merge with silence, which is everywhere. If you ever searched a near death experience, somebody who's died and came back to life from a fatal accident, every one of them will say, I had this overwhelming feeling of love. That's the same. Love is reality. It is the same as life. So loving one person in an intimate relationship, okay, symbolically, but you have a very big ego. You can tell you're egotistical. That this is the definition of egoism. If you only love your family and you don't love everyone else the same. Because underneath the personalities, it's all just the giving life. Okay? So the mass, the names, the words, the personalities, the story you tell yourself, the narratives, there's something behind it all. The life force. Those are all just thoughts. I sit in the dark and silence. Yeah, yeah. It gives you. There's certain things I can give the ambience, and there's certain things that can make you more still. Now, an enlightened person, they can be driving. They can actually have thoughts too. They can talk with people. They can sit in a cave. They can basically do anything. Because they're still feeling their soul the whole time. So they don't have to be sitting down. not doing nothing. It's just the most simple, and you're just not doing nothing. So it's very conducive for feeling it. And again, it's easier. Yeah. So just because someone sits in a cave, it doesn't make them enlightened. Just because someone goes to church doesn't mean they know everything. Same with being in a monastery. Okay? Fundamentally, we all have this feeling inside of us. Not just me and a select few people. And we've all experienced this before. It is the origins of Earth, of everything. And because it creates everything. And it's the best thing ever. And it's not just, again, anybody can feel this. This is what happened before you were born. You were the soul. You go back to the soul when you die. Only your mind clogs you up and creates the division. Your thoughts are actually the blockage. So we want to stop and turn. We want to stop our thoughts as much as possible to feel the simulation, to feel reality. The basis of reality is just a feeling, a mere feeling of a liveliness. Do I make money off of YouTube? I was just asked this like yesterday night. I haven't seen you in a while, Hogs fan. No, I don't make money off of YouTube for ad revenue. You need 4,000 watch hours. Now, in my defense, I should have way more subscribers and way more watch time. But I will in the future. But if you don't get like 4,000 watch hours in like a year, and then it resets. And I'm only about like at 3,000. Yeah. Now, if you look at all of my videos that are popular, and I don't really care about this, they all stop at 1,000 views, 2,000 views. And that doesn't make sense. And I've also, honestly, I uploaded 3 to 5 shorts every day last year and months prior to that. And still am. But I don't do them I'm starting to not do them as much. So I uploaded 3 to 5 shorts probably for over a year in like 4 months. That's a lot of effing shorts. Okay? That's a lot. And yeah. But it doesn't matter. It's about doing it for the love, doing it for God. And I know He will lead me because I am being led. But if you do the total, I've uploaded 1,500 shorts. While my body was critically messed up. So, yeah. But shorts don't count as watch time. Yeah. And I got like at least half of my subs from YouTube Shorts. And just because someone subscribed because of your YouTube Shorts, they don't see your longer videos. But I know I'm gonna blast off, and because I can just feel it. Yeah. The whale is back. They pick and choose. For some people, like the famous streamers, yeah, they do. Yeah. But you can still do a lot. And the world is awakening. But I still have all those videos up. I still have all those YouTube shorts. Any one of those can blow up anytime. And they can be viewed. They're always there. I appreciate everyone being in here. I'll probably be live at 6 a.m. in the morning, Eastern time. There'll be a lot of people there. I'll answer this one last question. But I kind of just did. I do it because it's what God wants me to do. I do it because I love doing it. And it's what I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life. It's not, I know it's online right now, but it's actually going to be more focused, oriented in person. Yeah. And because I like helping people, but I'll go out of my way to help people, as in show them techniques and learn other stuff that I don't necessarily need to know just to show them. And you can say it's my intuition. I you got I've always been happy. I've pretty much loved my life. But when I see, but of course, I was younger, just living life. I was probably the happiest person, but I didn't realize like what was going on. Okay? And well, I yeah, I can go live off grid. I can bang 100 chicks. I can. Anybody can. I can go party and party and party. I've already done that. And most importantly, I've always been happy. I can go off grid. I can make a fancy YouTube channel where I do a bunch of shots and tell it like a movie and do it for entertainment. And I could be like F everybody. I'm so sick of everyone's nonsense. I'm just going to go live in a cave. I can't. But me, I've always been happy. And simply because I've always done what I wanted to do. But I see other people aren't happy. So, it's like a tug of war. You have to bring everyone else with you. I can continue being happy. That's not going to change. Nothing's going to change that. And it's going to be the same experience. Okay? That's the thing about happiness. We're not going to get super deep into that right now. But I want other people to feel happy. I appreciate you, Tommy Thunder. We're at the hour and 4 minutes. The trolls. I don't know what exactly you mean by that. But they're just thinking. And they're just caught, thinking is its own soul trap. Yeah. There's the short answer. God bless everyone. I appreciate you all for being here. Thank you. thank God for letting us live this moment. For all of us together. And for this moment. Because when we stop thinking, we realize we are this moment. And we always were. Thank you. I appreciate you, Rich G. God bless you. We are ending this right now. You are happiness. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.